Hi, I'm Jacqueline Snyder, and this is the Product Boss Podcast. I've helped launch and grow thousands of product-based businesses, even one of my own. And over the last 20 years, I've seen behind the scenes of businesses just like yours. Whether they are makers, manufacturers, artists, or food and beverage businesses, I have spent so many hours studying it all. I've discovered what makes them successful, what mistakes they could have avoided, how did they turn their ideas into a successful business, and what are the strategies that they have used to make more sales and be discovered by more customers. And this is what this show is all about. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to become $1 million product boss, I'm here to give you the permission to chase your dreams, no matter how big or small. All you need is the right mindset, a little courage, strategy, and support, and you too can be the next $1 million product boss. Let's do this. Hey, Product Boss. Welcome back to another coaching session. And today I'm chatting with Alyse, and she is the owner of Tosi Mom, short for oxytocin, right? The love hormone that bonds a mother and her baby. What a cute, amazing name. So creative. Now, Alyse sells stylish, breathable, and versatile nursing covers that blend in with your wardrobe. I mean, they're so cute. I wish I had them when I was nursing. And she started her company based on her own need when she was preparing to become a mom, because she couldn't find a nursing cover that she felt confident using to nurse in public. And so Tosi Mom was born. Now, she's been having tons of success selling her product on Amazon and a little bit on Etsy as well, but she's having trouble figuring out which of her marketing strategies have been the most successful and where she can improve to continue building engagement, building community, and making more sales in her business. Now, while Alyse thinks her best option to achieving this is focusing on driving traffic to her own website, that might not be the case. So we're going to dig into that today in this coaching session. If you're ready, let's get started. Hey, Product Boss. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt like you're struggling and spinning your wheels trying to grow your business online? I know. It can be so frustrating. I went through it with my own product-based business, and I know that you're dealing with so much, like managing inventory, to shipping, to making all your products, to creating, to marketing, all the things, right? I know you're wearing all the hats and you're worried about so many different things. And I need to tell you something. Your website doesn't need to be another thing to worry about. So that's where Shopify comes in. Now, listen. Shopify isn't just a website builder. When I started my business back in the day, I mean, there were just website builders. No, Shopify is amazing. I wish I had it. It's our go-to and number one e-commerce platform built to make running your product-based business even easier. So whether you're selling handmade jewelry, organic skincare, delicious treats, you might be a manufacturer, it doesn't matter what you're doing, because this is the deal. Shopify is going to give you the tools to showcase your products beautifully, to manage inventory seamlessly, and to connect with your customers around the world. Because listen, customers need a good experience, right? It's all about the user experience. And that's why I'm so obsessed with Shopify, because you don't need the tech skills required to create this amazing, seamless customer experience. So with features like automatic payment processing and one-click checkout, Shopify will actually help you focus on scaling your business and not having to worry about all the techie things that come with building a site, and a site that converts really well. So my friend, if you're ready to make selling your products online easier, you can grab your free trial of Shopify today at theproductboss.com/Shopify. That's theproductboss.com/Shopify. Now let's jump into the show. So before we jump in, I'd love to know, like in your words, to tell me about your products, what you sell, what your best sellers are, and where your main sales channels are.
Okay. Yeah. So I sell like a versatile, stylish nursing covers that can blend into your wardrobe. And I started like back in 2018, and it was mostly just on Etsy, actually. Etsy and in-person markets was what I was doing at the time. And then I was pregnant with my first daughter right when I started, actually. I think my first market, she was maybe just like 4 weeks old. And I just sort of noticed there was like a disconnect in the baby world of like taking care of the postpartum mom.
Mm-hmm.
So while I was like preparing to become a mom myself, I had noticed that, the sort of where that was falling short, which is kind of where this idea came from. Like I had no experience in breastfeeding, obviously, or even really with babies. But so yeah, in shopping for things for myself, I saw these nursing covers and I just thought it wasn't necessarily something that I would like to wear. I loved the versatility of them, but I didn't think it would be something I'd be comfortable going out in public wearing and giving me that extra confidence that like I can nurse in public, So that's sort of where the idea came from. And then, yeah, flash forward, we just did Etsy and in person markets, which Etsy was always stronger for me. The markets never did like super great. It was more to like get my name out there and kind of meet the community and that kind of thing. And then shortly after, I became pregnant with my son. And then there was like no time for anything. I also work full time as a hairstylist. So I was like, this. So we were like fully online. And then we pushed over to Amazon, which is now where 95% of my sales come from Amazon. And I would say then short, like right after that would be Etsy. And then like zero sales straight from my website.
Okay.
And I haven't done a market in probably 2 or 3 years. I have actually my first one coming up tomorrow just to like try to get back out there. I have a whole new booth set up this time with mannequins to show the versatile ways to wear the covers and like a stroller with a car seat. I just have more props this time. I'm
Mhm.
hoping that'll kind of visually help out, but we'll see. So where we stand today, the best seller is the cream by far. Let's see. Yeah, like 66% of my sales are the cream color. And then after that, it's black and then gray. And I used to have two other colors that I've discontinued. So those are the
Okay.
main 3.
So I'm seeing that you have, I'm just on your Etsy site. So you have, there was a heart, like heart, stripe, checkers. How
Yes.
are those?
Yeah. So I still have those. Those were supposed to be like these exciting drops I was doing. I was going to try to do like a drop every like couple of months. And I don't, I just, I'm not sure. Like the hype wasn't there. They didn't like sell out like I expected. Those were small runs. So that's not something I always have on hand, but I do still have some of that inventory.
I think, I think thinking about it, if you think about when she needs it or when somebody buys a nursing cover, it's usually maybe it's a gift for baby showers or she's buying
Hmm.
it in the beginning. And then I'm not sure what the average breastfeeding time is now of a mom, but we have to think,
I was going to say it's about 12 months. Oh, I mean,
okay.
that's the goal. I wouldn't say, everyone kind of falls around there ish.
Right. Yeah. I think they say if you can do the first 12 months, but we see how far
Right.
everyone, can get. So I think the
Yeah.
idea, like when I was nursing, I had one that was terrible looking, but I had it, right? It was like the polyester, gray and white, some sort of
Yeah.
argyle print. I don't even know. I think my sister
Yeah.
had a striped one, but do you know when you do sell the return rate of customers, like how many they buy at once at the first order or like how often they buy again?
I don't have the exact number. I would say I do get a lot of return customers on Etsy, and they'll typically message me and say, like, I loved it so much, I want another color, or I, liked it so much, I'm gifting it to a friend. Most orders, they just buy one. The return rate is super low. I know on Amazon, I'm under 10%, and I'm not quite sure on Etsy, it's much less than 10%.
Okay. So, with the prints, as much as I love them because they're really cute, they look like shirts. I get it that it's probably maybe some of the things that like attract people to your brand is the fact that it is these neutral colors. Like if
Yeah.
we think about Gap, like what Gap did for t-shirts, sweatshirts, it's always kind of like neutral solids. Perhaps
Hmm.
that's what they're looking for. And they're looking for something that's just not, it's a very specific kind of mom.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the drops, I think the drops, it is cool, but I guess you wonder how often she's thinking, oh, I need another breast cover, like breastfeeding cover.
Right.
That's seasonal.
Yes. Yeah.
I think the
True.
hearts are so cute. Yeah, I mean, I think that your designs are really lovely, but just thinking through the why behind it.
Yeah. I definitely try to stick to the solids. I thought it'd be fun, but those are the
Yeah.
best sellers for sure.
Data's, I mean, you've got the data that's telling you what they want. Okay, so majority is now coming from Amazon. And then from a price point, like margins and whatnot, do you feel like you're pretty solid with your margins selling on Amazon, for
Yeah,
example?
Amazon would be definitely like the highest margin. I want to say they take like a huge chunk. I think my
Yeah.
take home is maybe 32%. So they're like a 68%. It's a
But I mean,
lot,
for you, like
but
from what the cost is for you to make them,
oh,
are you getting the right, are you making enough selling at scale on Amazon?
yes. Yes, I
Okay.
definitely am. I do notice in the beginning, I was like one of the higher price nursing covers. And now, actually looking, not necessarily on Amazon, but just like in general, if you just Google nursing covers, I actually feel like I'm kind of lower than like the ones that are going for the same look.
Okay. Looking at your Instagram as well. So do you think you have room to move the margin up?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to say yes.
So right now you don't have a ton of reviews. So it's really working on how
Mm.
do we get your reviews up? So I would tell you on your Instagram to drive as
Mhm.
much traffic as you can to buy on Amazon.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because what we want to do is we want to flood Instagram, or we want to flood Amazon. Like if you do a promotion or something like that, right? Like we want to take your traffic and drive it to Amazon, get people to buy, and then it'll boost it, right? And then say like, leave a review. It'd be so helpful. We're growing, help a small business out. Plus, it's Prime. You can get it in 2 days because you're doing the work anyways on Amazon. And if we could kick up your
Mhm.
reviews a bit, then it also will help. Like maybe you'll become Amazon's choice, for example, when
Okay.
somebody's looking at this. And then we could look
Mhm.
at like there's a nursing cover that's 1898. There's 4.1 thousand reviews on it. So then when they're comparing, like, okay, it's a higher price, but it also has a lot of reviews, it kind of backs up the product a bit more. You do have a little bit of momentum to be able to like say like long lasting, covers, like whatever. And you can also use back words that people have used for you. So if you're getting reviews from people and they're saying, I love it because of blah, 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 use that language in your marketing to say it back to customers.
Okay.
Someone said to you, I didn't have to drop $100 on it and its quality is amazing. So like really high quality, they're really like quality. If you get ones that are like negative reviews, you can always, I don't think you can reply back, but another thing is here's another tip is if
Mhm.
people are the positive reviews, ask people, friends to go in and say helpful on the ones that are positive reviews. It moves the positive reviews, like it just kind of reinforces the helpfulness and then can kind of push down some of the negative reviews. I know it's still, but it's helpful to say, like to send
Oh,
traffic and put helpful.
oh, that's great.
Looks like people are, the thing with yours is that they think it's too short. That kind of seems to be.
Yes, and I feel like that was because of a way that they were wearing it.
Mm.
It's very versatile, so you can twist it one way and then it's long, or you twist it the other way and
Okay.
it's short.
So knowing that, perhaps you do something because that seems like that's the only negative that I'm seeing on your
Mm.
stuff. So what you can do is like ways to wear it or instructions, or you drop it in with the package, which says like, if you're this tall, twist it like this. So looking at the reviews to be helpful to it so that they don't go on and say it's too short, but you're helping them before they even ask because it's something that is a problem for them. That means they don't understand how to wear it.
Okay.
Okay, that's like my Amazon feedback. Alrighty, so let's dive into some of your questions. So the first question you said was you want to focus on using your past data to improve your marketing strategies. I think looking too closely at my sales data and customer feedback can help me see what my customers like most about. Is it Toasty Mom?
Toasty mom. Yep.
Yeah, okay, great. By understanding their preferences, I can make better decisions about my products and marketing efforts to attract more customers and increase sales. I'd love to learn how to use this information effectively. So let's dig into what you're seeing. Kind of share with me your thought process in here and let's see how I can help.
Okay, so like beginning of this year, Q1 was great. Like every year was just like more and more sales day after day, and I wasn't sure why or like what lever I pulled that made that happen. I would love to find it again because truly I don't think I was doing anything different, and I don't know if Amazon was just favoring me that period or that's all it was, or if they're like I
When was
don't
that?
think I was that was like January to May.
Okay. So do you think seasonally wise, it was baby shower season? Or if we looked at
I
calendars?
wondered that. I wondered that, and then possibly when the summer months hit, like, the sales, like, dropped, it was right after our little thing with the Amazon hijackers, but I thought maybe in the summer, people aren't thinking they want a nursing cover like this because it's warm, but I'd see the competitors were still doing just as well as they always had been, which, kind of confused me, I guess.
How did you see the competitors were doing just as well? Like how did you know that?
On Amazon, there's some, like, different programs you can use that will show their, like, past history and sales and stuff, or you can see sometimes at the bottom, like, 300 sold this month,
Right.
things like that. Yeah.
Are you running ads?
On Amazon, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you continue to run ads during that time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The
Okay.
funny thing is, like, I barely would tweak them. Like, they were always just kind of consistent. Yeah. So I wasn't sure what happened or what changed or what was good.
Do you have a rep at Amazon internally?
Yes, kind of. Yes.
Okay. What I would do whenever it's like within an ecosystem, I would ask them. And in that moment,
Okay.
I would ask them. I was just on a call with my mastermind and a couple of people, one woman was saying how she just started ads because she grew her business to a couple 100,000 on Amazon alone with one product without ads. So she's like, just started
Wow.
ads. and it's crazy. And I was like, I mean, you did this organically. So good job. She was an MSM student, did what we teach in there and then like grew it. And now she's jumping into the next section working with me. But, she's like, I talked to my rep. My rep was like, just do it like this. And so really it was like first just doing the Amazon ads, like the automatic ones that they do. And then
Yeah.
as you start to get the data to kind of tweak and test. So it could be that it was being repressed for some reason. It could be if you were getting negative reviews at that point. But I think what it tells you is like from a data perspective that you have more capabilities than just like allowing Amazon to do its thing. So like I said,
Hmm.
if you have a pretty good following on social. Do you have an email
Hmm.
list?
Yes.
How big is
And
your
it's up
list?
to maybe like 1,400.
Great. I just had someone with 2,000 people on their email list make $20,000 in the last week. So
What?
yeah. So don't underestimate a list, small, big, whatever it is. Like don't underestimate it because also when your list is smaller, sometimes it's a higher engaged community versus like
Yeah.
when you grow. Because when you grow, there's people who've been on your list for years and then they're kind of really not opening emails
Yeah.
anymore. So I want you to just think through different strategies to drive your traffic there. So one, if ads are working, put more money in. It's like printing money. $1 in, you get $4 out. Then like you can scale your ads to grow your business online
Okay. And really, I'm only doing ads on Instagram. I'm sorry, on
on
Amazon
Amazon.
right now.
I would scale your Amazon ads. So if your Amazon ads
Okay.
are working, I would consider trying a little bit more money to it, especially because you said right now is kind of your season. Your stuff is warmer. Maybe they do
Hmm.
drop off in the summer because it's okay to have seasons.
Hmm.
So you could test scaling slowly and see if that drives more traffic and kicks it up. So I don't,
Okay.
a lot of times people look outside and they're like, what else can I do outside of what I'm already doing versus looking at what they're doing and how they can improve it, optimize it, or like
Hmm.
double down on it. So we know Amazon's working for you. Um, you said like 80-90% of your sales are coming in from that, which makes a lot of sense for a parent, I think. And even like getting on people's registries and all that, right? Because Amazon has Amazon registry and people do that and just makes it so convenient. So I would look at your ads and I would scale your ads to try and drive more traffic there because it's your season.
Okay.
And then I would do a, hey, did you know we're on Amazon email to your list and
Okay.
say, get it in 2 days. Like Amazon Prime, get it in 2 days. Did you know we're on here? Give the link to Amazon, send the traffic there. And then you could probably, what email provider are you using?
Klaviyo.
Okay, great. So you can retarget. So if people click on the link, tag them that they've clicked on the link and do a follow up email sequence to them that says, like, hey, did you buy? Like, I'm here to answer any question. Not did you buy, put it in a nicer way, but hey, I
Yeah.
saw that you checked out the Amazon listing, or did you check it out on Amazon yet? You can give some reasons why they might want to buy it on there, or like, did you know we're this, and this? Or you could even put a quote from a great testimonial on there. Like you could screen grab it and put like Jacqueline in LA thought they were so soft and so awesome. And then just kind of reinforce it. So more than just one email, I'd send your list there. And then you could also do a promotion to your following. Like Toasty Mom is now on Amazon.
Okay.
Drive
Great. I like
traffic,
that.
grow the channel. And then you could do your own campaigns of, leave a review. It's so helpful. Help a mama grow her business online, that kind of thing. Don't be afraid of it taking from one place to the other. The thing about meta ads and the thing that people sometimes come into conflict with, which is not a big deal, but if you're running meta ads and you're paying for meta ads, but then they click to Amazon, you're also the fees on Amazon. So you're paying for these ads, but then you're also losing the fees. It's okay. Like I've coached people that have had multi-million dollar companies that have done it because it's the awareness of the product. Ad teams don't love it because if the ad team is making money off of your sales, they don't get to make it off of the Amazon. So like let's say some ad teams will be like, if we run your meta ads and then we get 10% of your sales from your Shopify site. That I don't love. I don't typically recommend my one-on-one clients or my masterminders to do that strategy because
Hmm.
you could also just pay people flat fees. But that's why
Hmm.
if you talk to an ads team, they'll sometimes tell you like, oh no, don't do it. Don't get on Amazon because they're thinking about their best interests versus yours.
Got it. Okay. And then as far as like having teams run your ads, at what point do you think I should do that rather than trying to like do it
If
myself?
you see that you're getting success on here and you know you could scale unlimited on Amazon, the sooner the better. Like try it for now, see how you're doing. But if you're like, I actually want this off my plate and I want an Amazon team, because as your company gets bigger, there's more strategies. So if your pricing doesn't match between like Amazon and your website, like if you're undercutting Amazon,
Hmm.
then they'll pull the listing down. So I think like as the company grows and gets a little bit more complicated and you want to take that part off your plate, you could hire for that. But if you feel like it's within the realm right now for you to still handle, you could test and try it and see what happens.
Okay.
So past data, when things are going well, write down what's going well
Okay.
in the moment. Hindsight's sometimes hard, right? And a lot of times we see what's not
Hmm.
working. We remember what's not working, the pain, more than we remember the like, oh yeah, this thing happened. Whenever I see something happen in someone's business that feels kind of drastic, something probably broke.
Hmm.
Something somewhere in the back end broke. So I can't always tell you exactly what it is. So when it's working, write down what you did so that you can repeat that. And if something breaks, stop and like take it, like check the boxes, like look under the hood and see what's happening. For you, it could just simply be that the algorithm was off in that moment,
Totally.
or
Yeah.
somebody else
Yeah.
was outspending you in ads. And so they were getting the traffic.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, wow. We've already covered a lot here. So, were you able to catch the main takeaway? Alyse is seeing her most success on Amazon. So, when you're having such success on a platform, your easiest path forward is to use the marketing channels that are working for you to drive traffic to that sales platform. So, in Elise's case, she wants to use her organic marketing platforms on Instagram and her email list to drive more traffic to her Amazon site. Now, not only will that boost her product listing because she'll have more views, but chances are she'll start seeing more purchases as well. Because who doesn't enjoy a one click Amazon shopping experience, right? I think so many of us are Amazon Prime members and it makes it so easy. And small businesses are on Amazon, just like Alyse, right? Just like Donna Baum. So many of you are on Amazon, right? You're still small businesses. It's a machine that helps us get in front of customers we could have never gotten on just a few years ago. So here's the deal. When Alyse drives her own traffic to Amazon, she's going to be saving on her ad spend and it's not going to cost her as much in running more ads on the platform. Now, of course, she can keep running ads, right? Because we're talking about running ads and increasing her ad spend if she wants to. But a really helpful way to do this and to make her customers who, mamas out there, especially moms of babies, that one click easy shop, they're already adding a bunch of stuff to their cart on Amazon. How easy would it be to know that they can now buy on there and add it, right? Just add to cart. So easy. And in fact, there's tons of baby registries on there. It just makes it easier. So I want her to start to drive her organic traffic there as well to keep growing. Now, remember, no matter how big or small your email list is or your social media following is, I don't want you to underestimate the power of having raving fans, right? It doesn't matter how small they are. You have an email list, you have a social media following. If you can really pull them in, they will continue to buy from you. So make sure that you're using it. Now, I say this all the time, but my friends, you do not need a large social media following or even a huge email list to be successful. I keep coaching people time and time again on this podcast that are so many different examples, so many paths to profit for so many of you, right? You all sell different things on different sales channels with different ways that you generate leads and different ways that you're marketing. And it works for everybody in a different way. There's no cookie cutter way. Somebody once asked me, like, tell me exactly how you did it and I will repeat it. We can't do that because we all have our own variations. We all have our own superpowers. We all have different ways of running our businesses, and that's okay. And you can all be successful. So I just hope that listening to all of these stories and these coaching sessions are ways for you to see, oh, there's more than just one way, and I can find my way. Okay. And if you need more support in that, that's why I've got these programs for you, right? That's why I've got the membership, which is the Product Boss Academy, Multi-Stream Machine. We've got the Design to Scale Lab. We've got the Inner Circle Mastermind. Like at every level of business that you're at, I've got something for you, including this podcast. So I hope it's helping. But now what I want to do is I want to dig a little deeper into Alyse's organic marketing strategies. So how else can I help in this topic? What other questions do you have?
Let's see. What about, I think so I've never actually driven ads to Amazon because I was always sort of like, Amazon people will find it. I was always pushing people to the website just because of course the profit margins are so much better. Would you say for now, like really focus on pushing Amazon, or is there a way that I could also grow people to come to my direct website?
So overall, Amazon alone, do you have the profitability left over that your business is still able to function off that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I would set a goal. you've got a great following on social. I would work on social to build your email list. So, however, and
Okay.
Etsy too, like do you know how to get emails off of Etsy?
Yes.
Okay. And are you emailing your Etsy customers?
Yes.
Okay. So Etsy doesn't want you to take people off of the platforms. You kind of have to, if you're going to email them, it's like, here's a coupon to use, come back and buy. But
Hmm.
eventually, what you could do with that is get them to opt in, like using Klaviyo, like get them to opt into another opt in of sorts. Maybe it's like 5 breastfeeding tips from 5 different lactation consultants or something, right? Like you can do some sort of offer or like freebie that you have them opt in for that, and now they've opted. You're not selling them on another channel, but you're getting them to opt. It's kind of a gray area, but if you get them to opt in for something, you can tag them in on your other, like you can segment the list, and then that list you can do what you want. So if you want to say like, hey, here's the 5 tips from lactation consultants and a 15% off coupon when you buy from toastymom.com,
Hmm.
right?
Okay.
So
Great. Yes.
you can start to think about how you're going to drive your traffic from your main traffic sources. I think the thing about Amazon is that it's very easy. It's also very easy for you to get on gift lists, work with influencers, because they can easily sign up as an affiliate just through
Hmm.
Amazon, and they can make money by recommending your stuff. So Amazon's a pretty easy route for you right now. And it's like if you scale that, you can make a lot of money if you kind of focus on it. So I think for you, you want to really think, what do I want my focuses to be? And it could be per quarter. It could be like, great, I want to scale Amazon. And I want to get Amazon to $200,000 or 150,000, or, find the number you want to get it to. And then think all the things that you're going to do to get that engine moving and really healthy. And then another segment of time, you might say, now what I really want to do is I want to take people off of Etsy and move them over to see if I can get them to convert on my website. One thing you can do at the same time as growing Amazon is grow your email list. So keep
Okay.
trying to grow the email list. You have 10,000 social media followers.
Yeah, I think just under.
Yeah, about 10, let's just call it 10,000 social media followers. You only have 1,800 emails. Go get these people,
Okay.
right? So make your
Hmm.
purpose right now on social. It could be sending them over to Amazon to make it easy for them to buy, but also maybe it's like, maybe you do some sort of campaign that's like drop in your, click this link, add your email, and then I'll give you a coupon to use here. Or there's other ways to do it. It could be tips and like your marketing tips and different things like that. But I want you to use this to drive traffic to Amazon, to raise your reviews, to make it a
Okay.
sturdier platform, and then grow your email list. Maybe make those 2 things. Then once you've got a better email list, do a promotion right now to them, just drive them to Amazon. And then you get into a regular cadence of trying to drive them to your website. The website's going to be a slower growth point,
Okay.
probably, just because it's hard. It's hard to get people like to go to a website to buy, to put in their credit card. Amazon just makes it easier.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I would probably in your link tree take off Etsy. Like
Okay.
in your link tree, make it where you want them to shop from. So I'd be pretty torn if you're like shop now or shop Amazon. I'd probably just go to Amazon.
Right. But you think I
'Cause
should leave that for now? I've struggled with that one.
do you have any data when people click on this, what they click on?
I don't.
Okay. See if you can track that.
Okay.
But if you're going to promote to Amazon right now to grow that platform, just leave shop on Amazon. But if
Okay.
you want them to, but you've got like 10% off your first orders and you want them to opt in to your list, maybe you do 2 things. You could shop on Amazon or grab this, go call a bunch of moms and ask them for their best advice for new mamas, and like put together a one sheet, just downloadable thing, and do like join our list, get, 10, 15% off your first order on our website, and this download of tips, get their email addresses, and then that will bring them to your site. So they might organically start to shop on your site.
Okay. Great. So put the offer in the link tree.
Mhm.
Like, okay, got it.
And then they just have to
Uh,
opt in for it.
Perfect. I did just recently create like a birth template that's customizable on Canva. So like if someone wants a birth plan and they're like, I don't even know where to start or like what questions to ask. So I put together a couple different versions of those. Maybe that could be my offer as well as like a 10 to 15% off coupon. Or do you
You
think
can
it's more for
try.
people who've had their babies?
See, you're solving your problem for when people have had their baby.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
So it would only really work for new mamas, which I think it's an okay thing to have as like an option. Like that's like part of your resources, right? Like if you also can be a resource for new moms. So more than just yes, you've got the beautiful Instagram. Let's just look at your thing. You've got a very like swoon worthy Instagram of like cute covers. If you wanted to add
Thank
any
you.
sort of like educational tips in, you could. And then I would this is you segmenting the list, because you're either going to, like, if you think about your ideal customer, you've got the new mom, never had a baby before, prepping and pre-prepping. So it might, hospital bags or birth, what to pack for the hospital and da da da. Then there's the mom who's had the baby who, now is realizing, how am I going to go out of the house and do things? And they probably have it, but then they're like, oh, this thing covers the car seat and covers me and looks cute. They might discover it later. So you have to think about the customer journey and their discovery of your product. Then you have people who've had multiple babies and they're going in and buying another one. Maybe it's dirty and they want a new one. Maybe they have had a boy and they want to go for the gray, or, and there's the giftable realm in there. So when you're thinking about your opt-in from those freebies that are also helpful, that you're kind of a resource to be supportive to mamas, you have to think about where she is in the journey of becoming a mom.
Okay. Yeah, that's very true. Okay.
And you could try like every once in a while on your Instagram, like educational tips on like a lactation consultant, a mom giving a bit of advice, putting like quotes on there. And then you could say, if you want our top 10 tips or 20 tips from like mamas that have breastfed, use like, click the link in our bio to opt into the list and we'll send it to you. So you're kind of seeding that. But the whole point is that you're being helpful to then get their email address so that you can market to them.
Right. Okay, cool. And you could do that with like even just like a mini chat.
Mini chat. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be like tips, like comment tips, and then it like goes into the mini chat, but make sure they're opting in. Don't just give a freebie, like make sure they give you their email address.
Right.
Do you do SMS texting?
I just started.
Great.
I don't have a ton of people's phone numbers yet, so that's why I haven't been doing it.
So you could do the two-step opt-in. I don't know if you're doing that already, where when they opt in for the 10 or 15% off, they put in their email, but then the second one is like get it, and then you have to do the text message. People do tend to respond a bit better to text messaging, but you have to be cautious of how often you use it. So you can email them way more than the texting.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, definitely.
But imagine you sent a text that's like, hey, Toasty Mom is now available on Amazon. Even though you've been on, we're letting them all know. Shop now, get it in 2 days. And then you give the link. It's just another really easy thing, but then it opens in my app. It's just easy. We need to overcome as many obstacles for our customers as possible.
Definitely, especially ones with babies.
And trying to figure out breastfeeding.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So true.
My mom had 5 kids, and I remember when I was young, she's like, it's easy. You just breastfeed. And I was like, I don't know what easy, like you have forgotten all of it.
Yes. My mom also had 5 kids, and it's, I know. So I think I remember seeing her breastfeed all the time, and I was like, great. It's just easy. The hardest part is getting the baby out. Not true.
No, no, me neither. And it's like either they were bred to be mamas of 5 and like everything was easy, so they kept having kids.
Right.
Or they weren't also trying to run businesses. I don't know. But
Right.
but I think that sort of, I had a friend that wanted to breastfeed. She's a pediatrician. She wanted to breastfeed her babies so bad that she went above and beyond. Like at one point she had like a tube that she was trying to drip the milk into the baby. Like it was so, and she had a C-section. It was so stressful to her that she had to be given the permission to be like, you've tried so hard, but your own mental sanity and all that also needs to be protected at this point. So I think there's always like the guilt. Do I breastfeed? Do I not breastfeed? I can't do it. My milk production, my sister was shipping milk to my sister-in-law because their first baby didn't have enough production, right? So I think also a lot of women struggled quietly. We didn't have access to each other and information. So knowing that you're building, yes, you can be the brand, but you're also building a community of mamas who are there to take care of each other, and just thinking how you can continue to be supportive, because it makes you top of mind in that way as well.
And I love that. Like postpartum moms is such a soft spot for me. It's just seeing your friends go through it. You're like, I want to do what I can to help you. But, typically new moms are like, I don't want any help.
Yeah. And also shirtless all around the house. My sister lived with me the first 3 months of my son. And she's like, you just had no shirt on for 3 months. I was like, why did I need to put a shirt on?
Oh, right? There's no need for clothing inside.
I was just a milk factory. So we get it. And that's the thing too, right? It's like, are you humorous? Are you supportive? Like there's things that like people are going to post or push that will make sense. And that's just going to bond them to the brand even more.
Okay. Always was sort of hesitant in posting informational things, even though it was stuff I had read maybe from a professional. I just never wanted to come off like I was a lactation consultant or a pediatrician, or, you know what I mean, giving advice that way.
So my question is do you see the importance of gathering leads from social media and converting them to email subscribers? Listen, Alyse has over 10,000 people following her on Instagram, but only 1,800 people on her email list. So it's great, right? It's great that she has this really large following, but that's 7,200 potential leads right there that she could make up. In fact, those 10,000 people on her Instagram could be completely different than people that are on her email list. We just don't know. So what I really want her to do is start mining her Instagram followers and getting more and more of them onto her email list. Those are leads, 7,200 people that she can send an email to that will land directly in their inbox, not worrying about whether Mark Zuckerberg and the meta algorithm is going to show them the stuff she wants to show them. Let's just hand deliver it to their inbox. Okay. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Social media should be treated as just a tool in your marketing tool belt. It is not your entire marketing strategy. Okay. It's not your entire marketing strategy because you don't own it. It's just another tool. It's a tool I wish I had more access to when I had my product business, but now at the Product Boss, we use it. It's one of our tools in our marketing strategy, but we're not 100% reliant on it. And we're not thinking this is the only thing that's going to bring customers to us. It's just one of the sales channels. Remember, I talk about multi stream machine, right? Multi stream marketing, multi stream sales channels. You need more than one. But I do want you to build one solid one, right? I want you to build a solid way of catching customers, of customers discovering you. But all of you should have an email list. Everybody, no matter where you sell. So that's why I'm pushing Alyse to start gathering those followers from social media and getting them on her email list, right? Whether it's through an opt in or a one time coupon, ways to engage with them, because the quicker she can get them on her list, the quicker she can send them through her welcome email sequence and start to show them why they need her products. She gets to start to show up in their inbox like a billboard. And the goal here is potentially converting them into customers. Now, I want you to notice how I didn't tell Alyse to drive her social media following to her website, because right now her website isn't the sales channel that's working for her. What I really want you to do is figure out what's working and put more effort into that. That's why you hear me talk about bestsellers all the time, right? If you don't have the best-selling data, then we start to look at other data. And I talk about that. That's why we run our bestseller secrets challenge in January and February of each year, right? We start to dig into what data can we collect? Why are we making this so hard? Why do we think we need to add new things all the time, add new products and think that's going to be the thing? Let's look at the things that are already working for us and double down on that. Let's make it work for us, where we get to put in less effort because this thing is just working, right? And if you can do that instead of focusing on what's not working or always thinking I need to do something else, instead of doubling down on things that are working, then things are going to start to feel easier. And then once you have that information, you know your best sellers, you get a sales channel to work for you, you have social media or a marketing channel working for you, you start to send emails. Then your next step is that you get to start to add on, right? Because you figured out certain things and you get to add on and add another sales channel, add other ways of marketing. But I want you to get really solid on the things that are working. Now, I know Alyse says that she's a little hesitant knowing about like what to post on social media to continue to grow. So let's see if I can help here. Hey, friend, I'm just going to jump in and interrupt the show for a real quick second because I want to talk about the side of your product based business that nobody loves. I know, tracking inventory, right? Managing all the costs of what inventory you need, when you need it, and trying to stay organized while you blend it all together. And if this feels like it's resonating with you, I have a solution for you. It's something I wish I had instead of literally printing out Excel sheets and trying to write it all down back in my day. Back in my day, right? So the solution for you, my friend, is CraftyBase. CraftyBase is the inventory management, bookkeeping, and production software built specifically for product-based business owners like you. And with CraftyBase, you can track your raw materials, components, and finished products in real time. So you'll never run out of stock or overorder supplies again. And it even calculates your cost of goods sold automatically, right? It monitors your expenses and it helps you keep an eye on those all important profit margins so you can grow your business. Because remember, I want you to be a profitable product boss. So if you're ready to feel organized, in control, and never run out of your best-selling inventory again, then head to theproductboss.com/craftybase and we've hooked you up to receive a a 14-day free trial to try Crafty Base today. Again, that's theproductboss.com/craftybase. Hey friends, are you unsure of what to say on social media or what to even send in your weekly emails? Well, what if creating content could be easy? Would you be looking for a shortcut to creating consistent content? Yes, consistent content, because you know consistency is key. Well, let me tell you, you are not alone when you feel like you're struggling on what to post or what to write in emails. And we know that you have that product part of your business down. But as you're listening to this podcast, you probably already know that to get more people to your products, to buy your products, you need to create great content. Oh, I know. I keep saying content, and that's the dreaded C word. And we can't tell you how many product bosses tell us that they want to create great content for their audience and their customers, but they don't know what to say, or they are so busy they can't find the time, or they really, really, really don't want to be the face of their brand. Well, no worries, because that's exactly why we created a year of content. It is your shortcut to creating consistent content that resonates with your audience and brings more loyal customers who can't wait to buy your products. If you want to see how easy this is and how easy it is to create content for your audience and your customers, head to www.ayearofcontent.com. Let's look at your Instagram. Like, you have 20 out of all your views, the one that has 21,000, almost 22,000 is 4 ways to simplify breastfeeding in public.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
So
Exactly.
so that's the thing, right? The thing for you, if we look at your social media and the things that the thing that went viral for you, the other one is breastfeeding mom the day after Thanksgiving. So humor. So it's already saying, and the other, you have a 14,000. Oh, look at this, 2.7 million. As a new mom, I used to struggle daily with this. So it's about the struggle. It's about the tips. It's about the relating to, like, not only like because you've got a very Instagrammable brand of like, look how beautiful and lovely it is to sit in my
Thank
chic,
you.
like my
Thank you.
chic, beautiful cream color in my beautiful
Yeah.
home breastfeeding. And that's what we all want to feel. But we all know, in fact, we're like topless, running around, there's
Yes.
puke in our hair, but we still want to look or present in a certain way. So I want you to look at the data that your social is telling you that no, you don't have to be an expert to be relatable and helpful.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot because that's pretty much what it is I want to help new moms feel put together because we're all, go through a phase of maybe feeling like a hot mess underneath. But if you can put something on that fits your postpartum body and gives you confidence to go out and meet your friends and get some sanity, like, and bring your baby and nurse in public, like, just something a little bit easier.
So if I were to analyze your social, the things that this is what I want you to do. I want you to go back to your social and look at your reels and see the things that really have gone more viral for you. So you have one with almost 30,000 views, and it's when the kids are both asleep and you get a little extra for me time. And then it's like 6:04 a.m. and she's getting coffee and, so it looks to me like while your stuff is cool and pretty, they want the stuff that's like, yes, we want to look this way. This is how we want to appear, but also you freaking get it, and it's funny. And it's like, there's the overwhelm or the like the messiness behind it all. Okay. So then there's the ones that show like why it's so cute and stylish. So go back to the data again. This is what I was saying in the very beginning. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. Find the stuff that was working and do more of that.
Okay, well,
And,
that's
and
easier.
anytime you can get something to go viral and attach a keyword to it, like for ManyChat, then that's like magic, right? Because let's say your 20,000 or your 2 million, 2.7 million went viral and it had a ManyChat on it that was like, comment, mom life for our tips for keeping your home organized with a toddler and a baby around. I don't know what it is, right? And they write tips. Now you're getting that 2.7, you're growing your email list because you're pulling in the right
Yeah.
customer,
Great. So if I notice something's going viral, should I jump on and make it a many chat one? Is that too
You
late?
could, I don't know. I don't know how it changes.
Uh-huh.
I've done that before because we've had stuff that's gone viral. I'm like, crap, there's no word
Right.
attached.
Jump on
Word
it.
attached. So I have gone and edited. I don't know that it's changed anything, but you'll start to know the rhythm of what's going to go viral. And it doesn't always have to be
Okay.
your own content, which you can tell the stuff that you've kind of reposted, right?
Oh, that's me.
That is you. Oh, you're so cute. Okay, so look, you actually also have been going viral, but you can also repost other people's stuff. So as soon as you kind of start to get the rhythm of it, then it's really thinking through the ways to, and 4 ways to simplify breastfeeding in public, or let's go back to that the almost 3 million one. That was Thanksgiving. Repost that again now because we're at Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
anytime you have content that works, you can repost it. You can put different words on it. You could do a different caption. You do trendier music, and you knew it went viral once. So do it again and maybe use some sort of keyword for it.
Okay.
So it kind of led us directly into your second question, which was customer engagement and community building. I'd like to focus on building customer engagement and a strong sense of community. I believe that sharing relatable stories and experiences on social and through newsletters, I can connect more deeply with an audience, new and expecting moms. I want to explore ways to encourage user generated content so customers feel inspired to share their own experiences with my product, fostering trust and loyalty. So I'll give you the example from the product class. We, in the last year, have over doubled our following. And it's because we started to hook into what actually worked to draw in our ideal customer. So the stuff that was shareable by like relatable and shareable by other product bosses. So anytime I have something that's like, supporting a small business, or like when you see another, let's see what's done really well. When you see another woman win, celebrate her. If it's possible that's proof it's possible for you too. They might share that, they might save it, they might comment on it. So you want the shareable content. So a lot of moms want to be seen, right? They want
Hmm.
to be seen for their struggles. And so if you have
Oh, yeah.
like if you see a mom, ask her if she's okay, or it could be, so it's anything that you're going to send to someone. Like I send my best friend, the pediatrician, like I send her stuff all the time. That's like super relatable from a mom perspective, like the ha ha funny.
Oh, totally.
So
Yes.
so think about that. Can you be stuff that's shareable that one mom is going to send to another mom that's going to be like ha ha funny, because we want it to go to the ideal customer. There's stuff that she'll save for herself. So 4 tips to breastfeed in public, she might save that for herself. So you want to
Hmm.
think my ideal customer on social, what does she want? The content you're going to probably post the least, that's going to have the least interaction, will be your sellable content. So I call it the ABCs
Okay.
of marketing. So it's attract, bond, and convert. The attract content is the kind that it's like a wide fishing net. You're casting it out to your ideal customers and you're trying to pull in as many people as you can. So that typically might land in your viral content. Relatable. Is it funny? Is it snarky? Is it inspiring? And you can test and try and figure out what you want. You can always archive it if it doesn't work.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Bond is the reinforcer. How to wear your nursing cover. Maybe it's, a quote, or again, those tips that it's like, hey mama, like you're doing okay. Or, 4 tips for this, or 4 different ways you can wear your cover, right? Like that's kind of bond content. That's getting them to know, like, and trust you. And the convert is new color, now available on Amazon, buy a 3-pack, buy one, get one, or just like the really pretty images of her wearing it that'll show up, but she's engaging with you on these other bits of content. So when she does see it, you're still top of mind and she's like, oh, I need to buy it, or now I'm ready to buy it, or I'm going to buy it as a gift for someone.
Okay. Perfect. Do you have like a ratio of what you typically post, like in the ABCs?
So you just want to come up with a cadence for that. Do you post on weekends?
Not usually,
Okay, so
but
we got 5.
I could
No,
schedule it.
it just depends on if you find that their interaction is higher on those days or not. So we only do if there's anything posted on weekends, I'm doing it. Otherwise, during the week now, like my team does it after we've kind of established it all. And like I'm kind of in charge of stories. So I would say if you have 5, winner is if it attracts, bonds, and converts. Okay, so if it can do all 3,
Hmm.
that's a winner. That they opt in and they're like they buy from it, or they're that kind of thing. It goes viral and it's like somehow sells the product. You can test. You could do 1 attract, 2 bonds, 2 convert. You could test that. You could do 2 attract, 2 bonds, 1 convert. So I would kind of test it and do like 1 thing to go viral, 1 thing to lock them in, 1 thing to sell, 1 thing to go viral, 1 thing to lock them in. You can kind of do your cadence like that. And then you'll just start to get in the habit and you'll start to see what's working, and then you'll do more of that.
Okay. Okay. Yep. That works.
So I want you to spend some time really thinking through looking at your data. So looking at your social, seeing, I kind of was able to pull from that, knowing what went viral, seeing what has gone viral, and saying, I'm going to do more of the things that work really well. Just more of it.
Okay.
It'll kick up the
Okay.
algorithm. And then if you're thinking about newsletter or emails, there's obviously the e-com emails that are selling something. And if you felt like once a month or once a week, you wanted to do some version of newsletter that was like focused on moms, it could be, they could submit like stories of moms. They could give a tip, right? Like experienced mamas. So I think you just have to think back to what kind of support they're looking for and what kind of information they're looking for. It looks like you have a blog. So it could be where it just leads back to the blog. and there's a blog that's
Okay.
helpful, which is like backdoor SEO. But really, you're just going to want to spend some time on like the pillars of content that's important to your ideal customer. And then think, as a
Mhm.
mom, what would I have time for? What would I want to relate to? And then what is your, for you, what are your capabilities? Because we can do everything. It's just hard to do it all at once. So I think if
Mhm.
we go back to the beginning of this, I want you to focus on what I believe is focusing on Amazon, potentially scaling your ads and growing your Amazon, and then growing your reviews. Cause that's going to be the thing that people are like, oh, 100 people, 1,000 people. Like that's the stuff that backs up me spending on Amazon. Letting your list know that you're available on Amazon, and letting your social media know that you're available on Amazon, and just spending a little bit of time driving traffic there. Okay.
Okay.
Then using your Instagram to try and grow your email list so you can keep growing your email list. And then potentially in the new year, you could also, then let's say you've grown your list, you're at 1,800. Can you get it to 3,000? And then you can start to try and drive people to your website. And then, you have more people to sell to and trying to get them to your website. But I just want you to think through this in segments. Like there's a lot you want to do. It doesn't all need to happen in the next 30 days.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And during the holidays.
Oh,
So, what are
totally.
the
Oh my
biggest
gosh.
needle movers for you, right? Like, what are the biggest needle movers? What's the easiest lift for you right now? To me, that's why I'm going to Amazon. Amazon seems like the biggest lift. The majority of your sales are happening on there. People are buying. You have low return rates. You've got the thing working. So, let's double down on that. Make that thing functioning, right? Of making 100,000, 200,000 on Amazon. Then you can grow. Then you're like, okay, great. In 2025, I want to make 50,000 direct to consumer. Now you have a $250,000 business, and then you're growing that channel. Raise your hand, my friend, if you struggle with having the same feelings as Alyse of not knowing what to post or where to focus when it comes to Instagram or social media in general. So, when trying to plan your content, the biggest thing to remember, which is exactly what I told Alyse, is to use the data from your Instagram, meaning look at the numbers of views, likes, comments, and shares, and find the pieces of content that are working for you and then do more of that. So, just like Alyse and I talked about, you need to have a combination of educational content plus emotional and relatable content, because I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Shareable content is queen on Instagram, right? The Instagram CEO himself said so. So, just like how Alyse had one piece of content get 30,000 views, that's really good for her account. So, that number tells you to do more content around that topic or use a similar video with a different hook to see how it performs. So if you're thinking to yourself, I can barely get 1,200 views on my reels or even 100 views on my reels, that doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. It's still great, right? That's still, if you think about it, I want you to think about this. Small airplanes, what, 200 people are sitting on an airplane? Like 100 people seeing your stuff or 100 views or 100 followers or 200 followers, you can fill an entire airplane. Imagine standing like the flight attendants in the front or the captain of the plane and speaking to these people. That's incredible that you have the eyes of that many people in front of you. So I want you to first realize that number and how great it is. The next thing I want you to do is think, all right, cool. Now they've got these eyes and I want to get more eyes. Let's figure out what content or topics your audience will resonate with, which will then help convert them into customers, because it needs to relate to your product and the problem it solves or the need, want, or desire for your customer. And remember, while Instagram is working really well for Alyse, if it's not working for you, then consider if it is the channel you want to learn more about and you want to dive into or not. Because I'll tell you, in Multi-Stream Machine, we teach you how to do it without social or to do it with social. It's what you want to do. Okay. So now let's see if Alyse feels any better than when we started the call.
Yes. Okay. That makes it so much more digestible
Mhm.
than waking up and being like, okay, all the things, here we go.
Yep. Yeah, just prioritize it, like just for you, like write it down and then prioritize it and find what's the easiest lift for me right now. That stuff that's like, don't go for the harder stuff. Go for the easier stuff and double down, pour gasoline on the fire of the thing that's working.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
All right. Any other questions?
I don't think so. I think we covered a bunch. Yeah,
Okay.
no, thank you. I really appreciate it. I was so excited for this.
Good. I think you're on your way, and it's just about streamlining, but you've got a lot of really positive data points in certain ways. So keep your blinders on, stay focused, look to what's working for you in your business right now, not what other people are doing, and double down on stuff that's working for you. Right. Because you have
Okay.
this machine working already in this way. So I see your Instagram working really well, and I see Amazon working really well. And then think, how can I use these assets to grow the things to then lead to something else? It's way harder for you to try and drive
the 1,800 people to your website to get them to convert. They have to get their credit card. They have to navigate your site. Like that's a little bit of a harder lift to start, but it's a plan because you've got a great website and you've got a list and it's a plan, and then think, okay, now I want to, if I'm 90% here, how can I go to 80/20 and have 80% Amazon, 20% direct to consumer? And then you can kind of percentage it and add like 1% up into direct to consumer. It doesn't have to be huge leaps.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. So it's normal that it's so hard to get people to convert to your website.
It's just a lot more effort on your part. It'll either take you doing a lot more list building and growth on social from an organic perspective, or it'll take ads, right, to drive traffic there. You pay for it, you get it organically, or you partner with people. So you thinking through like partnerships with like affiliates or influencers, right? Because those influencers are a huge thing in your space. It's just
Hmm.
another project. So you have to think about when you want that project, and then that's what you're going to execute in that moment of time. So let's get the business making money for you on Amazon because that's kind of hands off. And then
Hmm.
you can focus on, okay, what's my next thing? Maybe it is I want to break through for my website in the spring. So I'm going to right now let Amazon start to make me money. It's a machine that's running. And then I'm going to put together a list of influencers and do an influencer campaign and then drive traffic to my website. But it just needs to be a bit of a plan. It's just a heavier lift driving your own traffic. Not that it's not the worst. It's just that you have to come up with a strategy that's going to work for you and your budget.
Hmm. Exactly. Okay.
So how can we shop from you, follow you, all the things?
So I'm on Instagram at Toci_mom, or my website is TOCImom.com. And that's TOCI mom.
Okay. And then if you heard my tip about going on Amazon, if you want to go to her reviews and mark them as helpful on the positive reviews, and or if you buy from her on Amazon, leave a review. It's good product boss karma, right? Put
Yes.
it out
Thank
there
you
for each
so
other.
much.
Of
Thank
course.
you.
This is just a great episode, and I'm so excited to be able to coach Alyse because I love her product. I love the story behind how and why she created it. And I will tell you, I know a lot of mamas out there that would really appreciate this product. So she's doing really well on Amazon, and she's definitely on her way to continuing to grow her business and build her Instagram. And through her Instagram, build her email list. Now, the main theme here is that if Alyse wants to drive more traffic to her products and her Amazon site, she needs to focus more on her organic marketing and strategies, including her Instagram, because that is the channel she wants to work on, and growing her email list. And then she can continue to create content that resonates with her ideal customers. She can build community around this, especially the kind of products she's selling. So if Elise is able to lean into this and continue to expand on it, I know she'll see the success she's looking for. And I'm really excited to work with her in one of my masterminds that are coming up. So if you are just like Elise and you're looking for higher level strategy, just like this, and you're making six figures, multi six figures, or seven figures, I have a program for you. Now, the doors are going to be closing in the first couple weeks of January. Once we kick off, we're kicking off. But if you want to learn more about my Design to Scale Lab, which is a mini mind, it's 3 months plus group coaching, or my Inner Circle Mastermind program that will also get access to everything that's inside of the Design to Scale Lab. So that's my $300,000 to multi seven figure businesses. I'd love for you to check out the Inner Circle Mastermind or Design to Scale Lab. Click on the links in the show notes. I'd love to see if there's a way that I can support you in 2025. Now, I'm excited to work with Alyse more because she has joined the Design to Scale Lab, and I cannot wait to take her business to the next level, working through that in the first 3 months of the year. Now, remember, my friends, I want you to figure out what's working for you and double down on that to find your simplest path to success. Follow the clues, okay? I know you can do it. All right, my friends, until next time.